What do you even call that performance? What do we even call that performance? Horrible, shambolic, disaster class, awful, just straight up bad. Just straight up bad. Bad performance from Chelsea from the get-go. Second half looked like we're coming back in a little bit. Nope, we weren't. It was the same old thing. I think the Brighton manager got his tactics spot on. He knew where exactly to attack. He knew where exactly to get us, and he did. He was able to put us out of the game, and we lost. We lost 4-1 to Brighton, and Potter's 9-game unbeaten run has come to an end. Chaloba's undefeated run when he starts has come to an end, and by his own hand too, because he had an own goal. So let's get into the game, and then we'll start the lineup. First of all, welcome to the channel. I'm Nia Matt, if in case you didn't know. Let's get into the game. So I think this is where our problem started. The lineup. I don't think it was a strong lineup. I think what killed us one is the defense. Cucurella caught sleeping many times, and then Pulisic and Sterling playing as wing backs again. I said that it worried me when we played against Salzburg, but it turned out okay. I think we were lucky, and then now we've been exposed. So he decided to go to 3-4-2-1. He changed it up from the Salzburg game, where we played a 3-4-1-2, where Gallagher was sitting behind Havertz and Aubameyang. But this time he changed it up. He made it 3-4-2-1, put Havertz alone up top. I felt like he was completely lost in the first half at times, and put Gallagher and Mount behind him. And we wanted to see more from them, but they didn't really show up today. I think Gallagher was alright, but Mount didn't really show up today. Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic in the middle. I don't think the first half was his best, because it was being overrun a lot in the first half. Him and Loftus-Cheek in the first half. The midfield was lost in the first half, and then the second half he controlled the midfield better, but Brighton had changed their style of play. That's what allowed him to do it, because Brighton were now sitting back and they were not pressing as much, so it allowed Kovacic to have freedom in the midfield again. And I think second half he was alright. Loftus-Cheek too. We'll get to that. So yeah, so he decided to go with this formation, and straight off the bat it didn't work. When the game started, the intensity was very high. Like the press from the Brighton players, it was crazy. It was intense, and I think our players had no solution. We had no solution to the things that were throwing at us. We had no solution to it, and it didn't help too with our defenders making errors. I think just in the first 3 minutes alone, Silva made like 3 errors. He was able to clear the ball off the line like twice after making errors, and then by the third time it didn't work. The third time he made an error, they ended up scoring. Trossard was able to run around Kepa, beat the defender, and then he scored. And yeah, and then we knew that it was going to be a long day after that, and it was definitely a long day, because there were other goals that were coming in, and we didn't. I think for me, like from somebody watching at home and just watching, I'm not a manager, I'm not anything. I don't even have professional knowledge on football and stuff like that. I just watch as a fan. And from a fan's point of view, I think that where we got it wrong was we decided to match their intensity. Because of how hostile they came straight out the gate, we thought we could match them and also do the same thing that they were doing. But I don't think that was the best. I think we should have just calmed down, controlled the ball, made the right passes. But we were also rushing, and then we're giving the ball away. And that was what worried us in the first half, because I felt like we wanted to match them. We were also rushing, trying to string passes and get to their penalty box. And also because that is something we also do. Like the way they started very strong, so they get an early goal, and then they can build on that. And Chelsea, we do that a lot. We also start games very strong, so that we'll be able to get an early goal. It's not always that it succeeds, but we also start like that. And we wanted to do that here, but we're playing away. If you're playing away and the team comes very strong, you have to control the game. You have to be able to balance the game out. Like if they come heavy, you maintain possession and you make right passes. You make calm and collected passes, and you don't just rush and make certain passes and then give away possession. And we did that a lot in the first half, and they got their goal in as early as the 3rd minute, I think. Let me see. Yeah, in the 5th minute they got their goal, which is crazy. And then it was just downhill after that. And then I don't even remember we got any serious chance in that first 15-20 minutes. I don't think we got a very very serious chance, and then they scored 9 minutes after the first goal. They scored due to an own goal from Loftus-Cheek, and to be honest, I think the own goal just killed his performance, because after the own goal, he wasn't doing much in the game. He just, the any shot that he tried to take, even after that, he tried to take a shot. It was very very weak, and he tried again, and the passes were not going through. And I don't think he had a very good game. I don't think he had a good game at all. And then to top it up, Chalobah also goes to get another own goal, and then yeah, once you get 2 own goals, and you know that it's not your day. It's not your day at all. What are we going to do? Because of the way they were pressing in the first half, and they were also defending pretty well in the first half. So it was going to be a very very tough hill to climb, and it indeed was. And yeah, in the first half, I would say that Gallagher got a good chance. He got 2 good chances in the first half. He I think the shot, the first chance that he got, he could have done better with the shot. He kicked it straight at Sanchez, and then Pulisic. Oh, Pulisic. I don't even know what to say about Pulisic today, man. Pulisic was just horrible today, man. Like, he was bad. He was non-existent in like second part of the first half, like the whole second part of the first half. You even see Pulisic for like 2, 3, 5 minutes without Pulisic even getting the ball, and he got a chance after that Gallagher shot was saved. It was an open goal, and I felt like he should have done better. He should have done way better than what he did. He just hit it. He just hit it wide. Like it was insane. Just take your time, kick the ball. Then the net is just there for you to. It was open because Sanchez was down. He made a save and was down. It ricocheted to Pulisic. So once it ricocheted to you and he fell on your feet, take your time and score. He didn't. He didn't do it, because I felt like if he had scored, this performance would have been bearable. But because he didn't score, and he was also missing chances too as well. But you can't really forgive him for this performance, because this performance was bad. And then his opposite number 2 on the right hand side was even worse. Sterling was even worse today. Sterling was getting the frustrating thing about Sterling was that he was getting most of the ball. He was seeing a lot of the ball, but he was doing nothing with it. Unlike Pulisic, that wasn't seeing enough of the ball. Sterling was doing a lot with the ball, and he was seeing it a lot, and he wasn't doing anything with it. He couldn't even beat a defender. Anytime he tried to go, they blocked him. No matter the defender he went against, they blocked him. I don't know, has he forgotten how to dribble again? He used to dribble a lot when he was in City. He used to dribble when he was in Liverpool. We know he's a good dribbler. You know he's very fast paced. What happens when these kind of players just come to Chelsea and then they just relax, or they just forget how to play football? Werner is an example. Werner at Leipzig was very very good one-on-one situations, especially when he met a defender one-on-one. He was able to run past him or sometimes dribble him. There were compilations of Werner dribbling defenders, but we didn't see any of that when he came to Chelsea. When was the time that you last saw Werner dribble? He didn't. And Sterling is beginning to do the same things like what Werner did. I don't know whether it's a Chelsea thing. When he comes to Chelsea, forget how to dribble, but yeah, he was bad. And I thought he should have gone off way early. I think after the first half he should have come off. He didn't come off, and I don't know what Graham Potter was thinking. He brought the same squad in for the second half, and he only changed Kepa. I think Kepa had an injury just prior to halftime, so he had to be changed, and Mendy came on. Mendy also came on. Mendy has some shaky moments, man. I was like, no, Mendy, don't do this. This is your time. This is your time to also prove that you're. Let Chelsea fans remember that you are good. You're very very good. And he passed the ball. He didn't do it immediately when he came on though, but he did it in the second half. He passed the ball straight to a Brighton player, and it could have ended badly. And then the second time too, he miscommunicated with Thiago Silva. He came out. Kepa was doing that a lot in the first half, but I think Kepa was doing it better because Kepa was doing it when there wasn't any defender around him. But Thiago Silva was there, and Thiago Silva was on the ball, and then Mendy was also rushing out. So imagine if Thiago Silva wasn't as experienced as he is, and he made a mistake there, and he left it for Mendy, and Mendy also left it for him. The Brighton player would have just gotten it and scored straight. I think it was Trossard at the time. He would have gotten it and scored. Simple. And that would have been a big mistake. But he kind of redeemed himself. He made some good saves too in the first half. Not world-class saves, but yeah, there are saves that he should have made, and he made. And even their goal in the final minutes, he made like 2 good saves. But the last one, he couldn't do anything about it. It fell to a Brighton player. But he still got fingertips to it, and he still scored. And then yeah, but the second half we also started very well. We started not even very well, but we started hot. Like we started with intensity. The intensity that we lacked in the first half, we started with it in the second half. And then the funny thing is that they switched. Brighton got their tactics very, very well. They switched. They were not intense anymore as they were in the first half. They just switched. So we were now intense, and they were the ones calm, and they were now controlling and sitting back in that defensive line. So after we scored against after Havertz scored a very good goal to might add, like I think it was Gallagher that floated across in a very good cross, and then good header from Havertz as well. And we thought the comeback was on. It wasn't on. What are we kidding? Chelsea doesn't do comeback. I think we've done comebacks only once in recent time. I think it was Potter or something like that. But yeah, but it wasn't even the one where one goal down. It wasn't when we're 3 goals down. So Chelsea doesn't do comebacks. But yeah, but it really changed the game a bit. But they decided to sit back, and when they decided to sit back, it was game over. We tried, but nothing really happened. And Cucurella had a bad game too as well. Cucurella was just awful today. In the first half, he couldn't even, like, every attack that came in from Brighton and along his side, I think he was playing on the right hand side. Along his side, they were beating him. If they couldn't beat him, he would either foul them or kick it to throw. And he wasn't able to win balls. He wasn't able to win possession. Playing him as centre back was also another big mistake from Graham Potter, in my opinion. But I'm hoping that he has learned from this so that he doesn't repeat it again, because our next game in Premier League is against Arsenal, and after that we are playing City. So he has a very, very tough run of games coming ahead of him. Dynamo Zagreb, I think, will be easier. We have to win so that we secure that top spot. And then I don't think even if we lose, I have to check, but I don't think even if we lose, we are going to. I have to check. I'm not really sure, but we have to win that game too as well. But I don't think he's going to play the regular starters for the game. I don't think it's going to, because we have to really, really rest certain players and prepare for the Arsenal game. And I hope we just go there and learn from our mistakes that we did today, and then build on it, and then beat Arsenal, because now this season they've been very, very good, and they are flying. They are on top of the table now, and they are flying. So we have to beat them and bring their ego down a bit. And so the game ended 4-1. The last goal came in I think in the 94th minute or so. When the 5 minutes came up, we all thought that we were all hoping that we would do something in that 5 minutes, and it looked like we were going to do something in that 5 minutes. But when they scored, it was game over, and yeah, there was nothing we could really do. So disappointing game all around. We lost our 9-game unbeaten run, and Graham Potter has come to an end, and there's nothing really we can do about it. I think right now we are fit on the table, and Man City are first. I think Arsenal will play tomorrow, so when they play, and probably when they're playing against Nottingham Forest, maybe they the way they are playing, they might win this game. So if they win, they go back top. But we are fit now, and Newcastle is fourth, and they're ahead of us by 3 points, and City are ahead of us by 8 points. Wow, that's a lot of points. And if Arsenal win tomorrow, it's even a standard further. So it's going to be a difficult climb. And I just hope that we go into the World Cup break, in a stronger position than we are now. So that's been my review for the Brighton game. What are your comments about it? Like, let me know down in the comment section below. What do you feel about it? What do you think about Graham Potter's decisions and his tactics, his lineup in the beginning? What do you think about our performance? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you've not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and give the video a like if you like the video, you like my content. It helps the channel a lot. So see you guys in the next one. So until then, stay safe.